Before we start the live stream this week, I just want to say thank you to the Oscars for awarding us the best channel audit on YouTube. I'd like to thank Travis, our executive consultant on the show. I'd like to thank Dan, our executive producer on the show. And I'd just like to thank every single one of you each week for joining us on the vidIQ live stream. We couldn't do it without you, and we hope that next year we will also win this Oscar. Why is the music Play Me Out? It's because you want us to actually do channel audits. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, folks. That is the best Oscar-themed introduction I could do in the minutes I had to prepare that. I do apologise for us going a little late this week. We had a technical glitch where my camera wasn't working for no discernible reason whatsoever minutes before we went live. I'd also like to thank you for not joining the Samsung Galaxy Unfolding live stream that's going on right now. I'm sure Travis is probably going to have a tiny little corner on his screen checking out what's going on there. Hopefully, the Samsung Galaxy Fold Chromebook. No, the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook is going to be announced because that is something I desperately want. I'm basically shut up and take my money whenever that is released. Anyway, I'm continuing to go off topic, so let's welcome, first of all, Travis into the hot seat this week. As always, say hello to everyone, Travis.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Looking forward to getting into these channel audits and helping you grow your channels and do amazing things.
And Dan is also in the gaming hot seat here for channel audits this week. It's a full crew, as always, Dan, saying hello to the audience.
Hello. Glad to be here.
All right, Dan, thank you very much for your concise hello there. We'll say hello to the following people in a live stream chat that include Evan Carmichael's here. Believe, Evan. Believe, thank you for joining us. I watched your story on Tim Schmoyer's channel, where passion comes from your pain, and that is something that I think a lot of creators can really resonate with. So thank you for joining us on the live stream this week. We're also saying hello to Crown Nebula, Scarfed, Soap Reviews, Brendan Walters is in the house, DMCK Productions, Dog Farm, Real Rion, 3D Productions, Loosters, Tangy Duck, DJ Rex, Travis, and Dan. I'm just going through this because I'm taking on a challenge this week. US Computer Solutions, now it's going far too fast, but hello to all of you who are saying hi right now. It really is appreciated, and wow, we're already over 200 concurrent viewers here on the stream, which is fantastic. And when we were checking out the live stream just beforehand, we've already got like 180 submissions for this week, which is incredible. Thank you everybody for first of all joining the live stream, and if you haven't already liked this live stream and you think you're going to find it valuable, please do. If you haven't already subscribed, you will see your subscription appear on screen, as you can see down in the live stream area, so do make sure to subscribe to us. And also if you want to share this live stream with anybody who may find it useful, please do that, and we would really appreciate it going forward. And I'm sort of ad-libbing here because I'm trying to find one of my buttons has disappeared. There we are. You've also just seen on the bottom right hand corner there a new hashtag appear, and that is hashtag channel audits. I want to explain exactly how that works after this little introduction of how our live streams work, and it's a little bit like this. vidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review, in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels for review. Channel audits are free. We offer them as part of the vidIQ YouTube service, and we can't be bribed. While super chats are always welcome, they will not buy you a channel audit. We do not want to create a financial barrier to this weekly community get together. The live chat exists so that you can all converse with the community. Don't ask for channel audits. During a live stream, the hosts don't have time to read them, and moderators will put you in timeout. And speaking of moderators, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting us every single week to make sure that this show gets up and running. It really is appreciated. We get hundreds of submissions every single week, and unfortunately unfortunately we can't audit every channel. To ensure your channel has a fair chance each week, we purged a list, and after we audit pre-selected channels, we randomly choose which channels get audited. We only have so much time in a day to audit your channels, but if you download the vidIQ extension, our 24/7 channel audit tool will offer you tailored advice specific to your YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, download vidIQ for free today. A link is in the video description. If you submit your channel, expect constructive criticism. We assume you want to grow your audience on YouTube, and that is what our advice is based on. Appreciate that we are viewing your channel for the first time. If we get something wrong, we didn't do it on purpose. It may be that your messaging and branding isn't doing the job it's supposed to do. And make sure to listen to the advice we give to all channels, not just yours. Test everything. Some strategies will work better for some channels, whilst it won't work for some channels at all. Always review the data YouTube gives you and then test again. We always appreciate it when you click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we next go live. And do us a favour, folks, if you do find this live stream useful, share it with at least one other video creator who you think could benefit from our advice. Are you ready? Let's do this. So, as well as everything you've just seen in that little introduction video, we also have this bonus hashtag channel audit system, whereby if you can stop us from scrolling through the Twitter feed, we may enjoy your tweet so much that we audit your channel. Just to give you a few examples of what we're looking for here. Some people have already tried to do this, as you can see. We've got a baby here who cannot wait for whether or not they get a channel audit. And how it works is that you include hashtag channel audit in the tweet. You share our stream. And if you put vidIQ stream, that would be perfect. And then also your channel. So it means that we can pick that channel if we enjoy it. Dan and Travis, I think we already might have a candidate here for a potential channel audit.
I'm sorry to bring this up live, but we have a bit of a discrepancy. You have posted channel audits with a plural, and the hashtag we've been telling people is not plural, if I'm not mistaken.
What are you talking about, Dan? What are you talking about? Channel
audits versus audits.
Okay, that's just a little spelling mistake. I can fix that. Don't worry, folks. Look at this. I'm going to fix that live. You happy now, Dan? Well, you can't see it yet, but I can assure you that it's been fixed.
I am happy. I just want to say to those of you who didn't use the S at the end, I would do that again because some of those are really good.
That's interesting, actually. Some people have been doing channel audit as well.
I like that one. That's a good one.
We're going to have to do channel audit and channel audits from now. Yeah, folks, sorry. If you could repost the channel audits, that would be very
On a side note, for that one, that's the Minecraft one, we have to do that one, and I'll tell you for one very specific reason. If you go back and look at it, the headphone is on the side of the head. Like
that's great.
Somebody's put some time and effort into actually getting the three dimensions right there.
I think that one wins for sure.
I like how they converted my face, the pig, there with the red banner. That was a good choice.
We're just getting distracted by tweets right now when we should be auditing some channels. Folks, we'll get back to these Twitter live stream posts soon. Oh my God. This is just getting more weird and weird. I'm going to do like a montage of all of these.
Getting too good.
I'm invading Twitter. Right, sorry. I need to get back on topic here. Right, I've shared my screen with Dan and Travis. You can see me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to come back to these tweets. Don't worry about that. But we always go through the audit list first, and we always try and audit the very first person who submits every single week, which means that the first channel we are going to be looking at this week comes from the sports influencer who has 70 subscribers. Dan, Travis, if you just want to lead off with this one so I can get some technical things fixed in the background, what are we looking at here with this channel?
I like that they're already targeting the NFL draft and doing mock draft rounds. From 20 hours ago, that video has 348 views. That's pretty cool.
Now, why is that, Dan? I think this is a good starting point here in terms of something that's going to continue to trend for maybe a couple of months. So, and what is the NL draft? Just to explain it to
tentpole event.
Tentpole event.
Yeah, that means that this is coming up. We know it's coming up, and you can start covering it early. But the NFL draft is this crazy phenomenon where it used to be behind closed doors, in fact, and then got really popular. But it's a televised event where they essentially draft players from college live, and everyone gets a spot on some big football teams. So people watch that. I don't get it myself. Even as someone who watches football, I don't get it, but super popular. So people do mock rounds of what's it called? This is how bad I am.
Fantasy draft.
People do fantasy football, and now there's fantasy drafts.
So when does this take place? This draft?
Gosh, Travis, do you know? It's sometime in the summer.
I'm not sure. It's quite a ways away. It's funny because I did a call with a person who has a pretty healthy fantasy football channel.
Yeah.
And even because fantasy football actually ends before the Super Bowl, even though Super Bowl was coming up, like their channels just immediately started to drop. Trying to think of different ways of kind of keeping it alive during the off season, and this would be definitely a great way to do it.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it's around about the beginning of April time or the springtime for this draft thing. So this creator has already jumped on this topic that's going to continue to trend. It's a little unfortunate that this channel, being a football channel, wasn't really doing any content during the NFL season, but maybe they were just testing out the channel to begin with. But now they're sort of moving into a really busy period. And if you look at the channel with only 71 subscribers, look at all of the views here for the last 6 videos. They're all above subscription size, and some of them are already into the thousands. So I think this is a brilliant idea for this channel, and they should just maybe continue to do that for the rest of for the upcoming months. Maybe things that they could potentially change is I think too many faces on the draft. They should maybe pick out one player per thumbnail, and then they can switch between each of those players as they go through all of these draft picks. And in the next 2 months, or whenever the draft is, just establish themselves as one of the authorities on draft picking for NFL, because I think they've already got the strategy down, and they just need to continue to create content. Any other further feedback you would suggest here from what I've said? I
like what you said about the thumbnails. There's a lot of people to keep track of, and I think in this case the draft logo itself. By the way, the NFL is pretty tight with their licensing.
Copyright.
Yeah. I don't know if using the logo is even okay in thumbnails or not. I honestly am not the authority on that. I don't know, but if you can use it, that'd be a great thing to have blown up front and center.
Yeah.
But I think the thumbnails, like the blue text on that second video there from 2 days ago, I don't even know what that says. So I think they could use just a little more work.
Yeah. So strategy wise, I think this channel's pretty much on the right track. They could just improve their thumbnails to get even more clicks as they're going forward. So Sports Influencer, I'm going to give you a thumbs up here. I think this is a good start for your channel, and just keep it up going forward. And that is our first channel, and that is generally how we audit your channel. So if you want yours to be audited like this, submit it to the form, and you still have a chance of being selected later on. For now, we're going to look at Lil Crafty Nook. This channel is that close to 400 subscribers, so we're going to congratulate you in advance on this one. Travis, was this one of the channels you pre-selected?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those crafting channels. I know we have people in the chat frequently that are crafting or do something other than like gaming and stuff, so I want to pick something kind of out of left field.
Cool.
And Little Crafty Nook is a cool little channel, and I figured I would go ahead and put them in the list today. So obviously one of the things that they could work on, especially when you're thinking about crafts, and one of the things maybe that might make sense to do is to do a quick YouTube search for, and I'm talking about you, Robin, but for the creator to do.
sorry, I did that by accident.
That's all right. Do a quick YouTube search for other craft channels and see what kind of thumbnails they are creating for their videos. And like most of these feel undersaturated, and the lighting on some of them seems a little bit kind of I mean, there definitely could be better lighting on some of these. And you know, we want to get across what the end result of whatever the video is, like the end picture of whatever it is you're crafting. I like the question. So you only have 10 minutes, like we've talked about, save time and money. I love that in the title. But yeah, if you just do a normal search,
yeah, let's do a search and see. So
very bright,
very colorful backgrounds, and very simple. There's usually only one thing that's been focused on in the thumbnails, and this is kind of where this creator would want to aim towards with their future videos, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you scroll I noticed that like these colors are popping. But when we go back to the creators channel,
Yeah.
they feel like the opposite of that. Like
I
they're
agree.
they're kind of like laying back into the so you don't want that. You want to pop. Like the banner's not bad.
I was going to say the banner is a really good template to work off of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really bright, solid color. Use that and then do the cutouts of the images and place that on this background template. And I think you're already 50% of the way there to improving your thumbnails.
Yes, I love this. So you only have 10 minutes, February 2020, sheet load. I don't know, something about that makes me want to
play on words. We think. I'm glad you pronounced that accurately.
Oh, I did.
I appreciate it.
Sure I did.
I like the fact that the channel's already got a bit of a value proposition as well. Yep. I mean, it's a very simple one. Keep calm and craft on, but that's good. As you noted there, Travis, this creator is trying to emphasize if you haven't got much time, then maybe you can create these. I'm seeing in the title every time there's a 10-minute kind of rule, isn't there? Yep. So I think you should be emphasizing that more. Maybe in the thumbnail, like somewhere, you don't have to do, like, say you only have 10 minutes as like a big bit of text. Just a simple stopwatch in the bottom left-hand corner that says 10 minutes or something like that would tell a viewer just as easily what the content's about. The one thing that I would also pick on as well is that you are doing some Valentine stuff, which is obviously right, good, excellent. But then you've thrown in one about 10 cards on a 10-day Christmas trees, and that was done 17 hours ago. So maybe think about, as Dan said in the previous channel's strategy, the tentpole events. You've got Valentine's coming up now, so you should be creating content 3 or 4 weeks out from that event. Easter's another one that's potentially one for like Easter eggs and rabbits and that type of crafting stuff that you can maybe do in the future. But I think all of this should be tied into that 10-minute crafting rule, because that, as Travis, you said, that is this channel's potential superpower, which separates this channel from all of the other crafting channels that are out there.
Yep. So just take a look at what's out there. Try to come up with something more bright for your thumbnail strategy. I like the value proposition. Lean into that, and I think you'll be off to the races.
Absolutely. Simplify the thumbnails. I agree 100%. So that's Lil Crafting Nook, who, since we've been auditing this channel, has hit 400 subscribers.
Hey,
woohoo! Well done to you. I hope people were subscribing because they want to watch the content rather than just subscribing to get the numbers up there, because nobody likes a sub for sub. Anyway, we'll move on to the next channel, which I think is one from Dan's selection here. And it is our first gaming channel of the week, and that is Simple Spells, who has just cracked 30 subscribers. So say hello to your room full of people that you're going to be talking to with every video that you make. I see Pokemon and Minecraft in the channel banner. But beyond that, Dan, take it away.
It's also in the About section. So I appreciate that they know what kinds of content they want to make. What I want to say about this channel is, as we were picking channels today, the trailer for this one had started playing, and I caught the first few seconds of it. The video is titled Update, and the screen is black for the entire thing.
Yeah, it's running right now, and it's black. So it's just like an audio introduction.
It's audio only, and in the this is normally not what we do. We don't really watch your videos during these audits for a number of reasons, but it was playing and I noticed something. You call yourself Gaming Dragon in that video. So I'm picking on it because it's a little bit confusing, because that update isn't from, I think it was from like 6 months ago or something. It seems maybe you're pivoting your name and everything. So channel trailer for sure needs to be updated, definitely with visuals, because you want to show people, you want to put your best foot forward on that channel trailer, whether or not it's a video that describes your entire channel or just your best video from recently. You want that to be something that's going to draw people in, so they're like, ooh, I want more of this. So that'd be my first bit of advice there. But I want to stress that we normally don't watch your videos during these audits. So I would also say that the name Simple Spells, when I saw it pop up on our sheet, I thought I was going to get a D&D channel.
Okay, yeah. So it's not really attaching itself to the Minecraft or Pokemon vocabulary.
Right. And that's more of a personal preference. There's people with all kinds of crazy names on YouTube who do things that don't relate to their names. But that was, I thought, worth mentioning. First thing that popped in my head, is this like a D&D kind of channel? Because that's where my mind went. And yeah, as for Pokemon versus Minecraft, those are two kind of niches of their own. They're two very different kinds of games. But if that works for you, maybe you can make that work. That might be kind of a cool thing to keep testing back and forth different things. I would work on your titles for sure, because it looks like you're on the right track. Pokemon Sword, and you're talking about the champion that you're probably going to battle, but something that's going to draw me in a little bit more than just what about the champion? Did you win? Did you lose? Did you fight it? Did you fight this character in a different way than maybe I would have fought it? What was your strategy? Something in there. You have room in that title to kind of expand in more detail.
The titles are lacking the why, aren't they? The SEO rich, so we're talking about a particular game and maybe a particular character in a game, but what about that character? Or why should I be interested in this character in this game? And you're absolutely right. It should be how to find this person, or strengths, weaknesses, pros and cons, or like their special ability. And maybe that, and then that would tie into maybe the thumbnail, like it has an extraordinary amount of hit points, or you capture it doing a really big magical spell, or whatever the character does. So yeah, I noticed that as well, Dan. I mean, the thumbnails themselves are all right, aren't they? They're simple, they're very clear, but again, they're just functional. They show you a what, but they don't really tell you a why.
Right, and some of them are a bit inconsistent, like the Buddycraft one there doesn't have, it's not really a custom thumbnail. It looks like a screenshot from the game, because I can still see the hotbar at the bottom in Minecraft. And I would keep working on your thumbnails, but I do like some of these shots you've pulled from the games. Like the one that keeps standing out to me is Pokemon Sword Snom. Am I saying that right? It's like right in the middle. It's the character.
Som.
He's ready for battle.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that really does stand out, and I think that keep stuff like that up for sure. But maybe keep working on your thumbnail strategy a bit, and ultimately it's going to be just some testing of different strategies for this channel.
This channel does have a focus. It knows what games it wants to play, but it's playing the same game as a lot of other video creators. So how are they going to distinguish themselves in that field? All right, folks, we've done 3 channel audits so far, and if you think you're learning a lot from what we can tell you live, how about having your own university or learning center if you wanted to grow your YouTube channel? Well, we do have exactly that now on vidIQ, and it is called the vidIQ Academy. We launched this back in January, and we're going to be adding more courses in March. And this is an area of our educational platform where we can go into a lot more detail. So with the YouTube channel videos that Dan and I do, they're usually 10 to 15 minutes, but with these courses, they go into humongous depth, 3-4 hours long. Travis has done a guide here on how to complete how to find your niche. And Travis, we've been getting a lot of good reviews on that one. That's another 5-star that we have there. We've got the 30 days to launch your YouTube channel, 30 plus videos on that one, and looking at everything like how to improve your audio, lighting. Travis talks about your superpower, finding your niche. So I'm just going to quickly click in here and show you just how much there is here on the vidIQ.
So much.
Academy. I mean, there's just endless stuff there, 30 lessons by itself. And the best news is, this is not a extra paid product of vidIQ. When you subscribe to our vidIQ Pro or Boost offerings, you get the Academy included. So we're not trying to sell this as an extra thing. It's included in all of the awesome vidIQ tools that you've already got from us. So do check it out. There is a link in the video description. And as I say, we'll be releasing more courses in the next couple of months. Let's go back to some more channel audits now, though. And the next one we are looking at is Dante Redgrave Strength, I believe the channel is called. Get stronger, build muscles, lose fat. You know, when I first read that value proposition, I didn't realize that these were what is it called? Is it a pipe character? So it was like, get stronger, I build muscle, I lose fat. But I realize now they're separators. All right, Travis, I think this is another one from your selections. What are we looking at here? I
think that's a really good call out, by the way. If you read it that way, then other people read it. So that's the first thing I would change right off the bat. Super easy to change though. But yeah, I would change that. So I like the value propositions right in the banner. Super easy to understand. It probably isn't completely mobile safe, however. Probably need to bring that in a little bit on the sides, but short of that, I like that. I know what I'm going to get out of this channel, and when I look through the videos, for the most part, you're exactly right. I mean, that looks like exactly what I'm going to get, which is awesome. So you're sticking with the value proposition, which is always a great way to succeed. But I will say this: thumbnails aren't. There's some are better than others, and at sometimes you're using too much text. That's what you talk about a lot when you don't need it, especially when it's like when you're like lifting weights and stuff. You don't generally need to have a lot of text around things. Like you want to be able to see the weightlifting and that sort of thing. Every once in a while, it's good for like context. Like there's the stronger instantly that lose more fat's not bad, but it's kind of in the way of her arms. So you're kind of doing this thing where you're obstructing the view of what it is would normally be a really good picture.
What I would also do here, Travis, is I'd change the what's being said in the thumbnail. So instead of saying lose more fat, maybe put a minus 20 pounds, or give the viewer an actual figure of what's being lost. So there's more proof being sold to the potential viewer before they click on the thumbnail. Yeah,
but I'll tell you, here's an instance I think it's used fairly well because they up there of the intro, it's the third one from the top where it says stronger instantly, where the guy's picking up the dumbbells. Yeah. Like that's strong. That I get that. There's the context, stronger instantly. The guy's really, that's a really good thumbnail. I think it's a really strong thumbnail. Stuff like that makes sense. But the funny thing is, saying stronger instantly on the right hand side here on this same row all the way over, I'm unsure that matches.
I get because it's just a guy pointing at some text. Yeah, that is interesting.
So sometimes it works, and sometimes I don't know that it does. But at the end of the day, that's. I mean, you have it most of the time. You're hitting the bar most of the time. But the question is, and the thing that I think the problem with this channel is the titling. When you're at the size of this channel is, you can't use titling like this most times. Essentially what he's doing here is talking to a subscriber base that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's a fantastic point. I was thinking exactly the same thing. You need to, as a small channel, you need to get discovered first. And as you say, the channel's acting as if it's maybe already been discovered. Brilliant point, Travis.
So what you'll see from larger channels are titles like this. But the reason that they're like this is because they're trying to trigger their already established subscriber base to watch, right? So you have to get in the first 24 hours, get all your subscribers to watch. But when you don't have that many subscribers, that's actually not a winning formula. What you need is something that's going to be searched for to bring people in the first place, get those subscribers. Then once you have a larger kind of number, you can then trigger those to get a larger kind of view base for your videos. So that's my number one kind of thing for this channel, is to rethink some of these titles into something that people are searching for. So for example, I guarantee people are searching for how to lose weight, how to lose weight by eating vegetarian, how to do the carb diet, a low carb diet. Like those things are what people are searching for and will bring people in to what type of content you're probably already making, but you just haven't titled it in a way to be found.
I think we could look at these top 4 videos here and maybe explain why these are successful. This one's very simple, how to do pull-ups. I mean, people are searching for that. Yep. Nice amount of views. You got a listicle here, and again, it's focusing on something that me as a layman, I've heard of bench press. I don't really understand how to do it or anything, but I might search for that. This one here about how to, this is a thing that Travis loves, where you're instructing viewers on how to gain something, lose something, etc., in a set period of time. So you're giving the full value proposition in the title and the thumbnail. And then this one, jumping on a popular trending topic, because I think Henry Cavill was probably trending when the Witcher TV series came out, and you were sort of tying trend or warping that into your topics. So I think those are why those particular videos have all done pretty well. And then we look down at this one and you think, well, why maybe did you include Hugh Jackman in the title for a bit more SEO? So this channel, I think, has good foundations. I think the thumbnails, they need a little bit of work, Travis, but I think they're already of a good standard, aren't they? For a size of a channel, they're already doing some really good stuff. But yes, titling strategy for a subscriber base that doesn't exist versus titling strategy for people searching on YouTube as a search engine. Appealing to a community, appealing to a search engine. And I think the channel needs to do the latter at this stage. But nice channel and some good conversation there on that one.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one, which is it's going to be Panda. I'm going to pronounce the channel name, with 46 subscribers. Gaming tips and tricks. Dan, this falls into your wheelhouse. What are we looking at here?
Oh, well, all right. So yeah, this is Panda. I want to say I like your channel banner, and that's because it tells me it's a gaming channel, and you give a value proposition in the banner as well. If you scroll up a little bit,
Yeah.
there you go, gaming tips and tricks. That's very general. I like it, but it's very general, and it looks like you've kind of already picked a niche. It seems like you're playing a lot of Clash Royale.
Seems that way, yeah.
And some of the best videos there are the ones where you go over the best decks. And I don't play Clash Royale, so I'm not exactly sure. Rob, you played this, haven't you?
I played Clash Royale for 3 years nonstop. It's probably one of my favorite games, actually. So the deck, you get different cards, and like Clash Royale's a little bit like rock paper scissors, but you put characters on screen, and you have a deck of 8 cards, like 8 different characters, and so they have strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, creating these different decks, and they're collectible, and then you upgrade them and so on. Now, if I was looking for the best decks, what I'd probably want to see in the thumbnails is that deck shown to me, so I can see in the thumbnail, oh, I can see these characters, and I know how they work, but I want to see how they work together. So I think including the decks images would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it would seem that's like the most valuable content on the channel, which is why I wanted to point at it, because anything in these games that's collectible tends to search pretty high.
And when we do a search, even autocomplete, Clash Royale best deck is the second thing. I'm just going to click on here to give you an idea of where your thumbnails might be going in terms of you have one card in there, like these, and or that one where there's lots of cards being shown on screen. So creator, look at these as examples of where you want to go with your thumbnails.
Absolutely. So I was going to say, though, that this channel seems like their first video was 4 months ago, so they're still just getting started.
Well, it's interesting you say that. They did a video 4 months ago, but they've just gone into overdrive in the last week. So like 10 videos in the last week. So I think getting up to 50 subscribers and having these sort of view counts is encouraging, to say the least.
Yeah, I think you're definitely on the right track, and I would definitely work on your thumbnails a bit more. And like we just pulled up, I would look at some of those competing thumbnails very carefully and see what you like about them, what you don't, and try and create something from that. But overall, I'd say you're doing pretty well. If you're a week in to like serious uploads, and you're already at 46 subscribers, and some of your videos have surpassed your subscriber count, that's awesome. Just be sure that call to action's in your video somewhere. Hey, subscribe, and keep at it.
I mean, if we look at this video here, Clash Royale best decks for Challenger Leagues. See how that one's got 100 and some views, whereas these ones that are just best decks for Challenger Leagues,
right,
don't include the title of a game. That is the simplicity and impact of potential SEO. So just making sure you include Clash Royale in the title and some imagery which associates with that game is going to help you, certainly in the short term.
Oh, and a channel trailer.
And a channel trailer, they've not got anything yet. So, so Travis, you would be saying here, build out this front page, make sure that you've got several different types of playlists that the creator can use. I mean, they're at the start of their journey. And, of course, delete, talk about Clash Royale in your description as much as possible. But well done, Panda. Well done on a good start there for your channel. I'm just going to quickly go to our live dashboard. I'm going to see if we got any super chats here. We do have one from Vine Laser, 50 currency, whatever currency that is. I'm going to guess it's Filipino pounds. I'm sorry if I'm getting the currency wrong there, but you like to see the diversity of creators in the chat, which is brilliant, and we like to review a diverse range of channels as well. So thank you very much for the super chat, and thank you for the 340 people who are watching right now. This is awesome. I guess the Samsung Galaxy presentation has ended and they've all shifted over to our channel audits. Travis, Dan, should we go pick some tweets of entertainment here?
Yes.
I'm going to have to remember to do pick one from channel audit and then channel audit. So I think these are the ones that came through, and there won't have been any new ones because I didn't tell anybody to. Oh my word.
Well, I mean,
I'm uncomfortable.
I always love John Cena, but if somebody could Photoshop my face on there,
that would
definitely get the audit from there. me every week trying to get a channel audit. The cat one's already been used, so that's not going to work on me. Yeah, they've included a picture of me and Spider-Man. Thank you. What was that? There we go. I don't really get that one, I've got to be honest. But do we have to go back to the earliest one, which was, which one was it, which was really good? It was this one. We all agreed that this one, they put a lot of time and effort just in putting the headphones on Travis.
I respect it.
Which means we're going to choose this one. Is it going to be a Minecraft channel? We assume it may be, but maybe not. Quizzes TV. It isn't. Oh. So... we've audited channels very similar to this, but maybe not this one. So let's give viewers a bit of a breakdown here of what type of channel this is. Quiz channels are where they'll usually have something running for 10 or 20 seconds on screen. And it might be spot the mistake or answer the question and then move on to the next thing. And it has that almost pattern interrupt or giving the audience something new every 20 to 30 seconds. So they can be really good for watch time, but this has already been done significantly on YouTube. So how does this channel differentiate themselves? They have Guess This Songs, which has done really well in the last 2 weeks. So my advice would maybe, can you do all of the decades, like from the 1950s to the 2020, as you've just done here in the last one? Maybe that's something that you can do for the next 4 or 5 videos. And if that works, you pivot to like music quizzes, maybe TV. The problem I feel is, Travis, I think this probably goes back to the fitness one, is they're trying to... appeal to an already established subscriber base with lots of different topics or maybe things that are very specific, and the audience is maybe going to enjoy 1 or 2 out of every 20 quizzes that they do. So maybe they need to find a little bit of focus here. That's my thoughts. Any general opinions here on the thumbnails or anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Quizzes are going to be hit or miss because some will attach to people that are interested. You might want to look at trends, things that are going on.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Look at this. Disney Frozen, done just as it was released.
Yeah.
Christmas movie trivia. Yep. You could have maybe done one about Super Bowl, maybe one about the Oscars. So I think there's a lot of topical stories that the channel could jump onto.
Yeah, 100%. But, good channel all around. I think the thumbnail style is basically what these type of channels do. So you're kind of fitting in with your niche. Yeah, I agree totally with you. It's all going to be about topic with this type of channel.
Christmas songs, 2,000 views. Guess a song, 3,000 views. Feels like there's a pattern coming here. I'll sort by most popular, see if that confirms it. Music, songs. Feels like maybe you want to create maybe potentially separate channels for each of these types of quizzes.
That would blow it up very fast.
Like a logo quiz one. I mean, we usually wouldn't suggest this, but it feels as if this type of channel is where it's maybe better to silo down your categories, and I'll have like a spot the flag challenge as well on each of these.
Yep.
So it seems pretty simple to us. For this channel, maybe focus on music and then start to consider setting up new channels for all of your other types of quizzes. I'm just seeing if you've got any. It doesn't look as if you have any other quiz type of channels. You just link to others. So that might be where to go.
I like their logo.
Yeah. With the emoji thinking doodah. Yeah, I like that one as well. Shall we pick another tweet then? If we scroll back up. Travis, I'll let you pick one of these.
Hammer one. Let's say that's not okay. That's like a GTA one. Mine.
I had to open it up, but it's a good one.
It's a pretty good one. Let's see. That one's gonna find. What was the one about? That one. Let's just do the vidIQ family. I mean, there's something to that.
I don't want to encourage this.
All right, let's go with this.
It's gonna be more of it regardless if we encourage.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the 3 Men and a Baby one where they put all this on Steve Gutenberg and Tom Selleck, and who was the other one who was in that? Yeah. I forget. Anyway, The Blessing Reports. This is about comedy, conviction, entertainment, and edification. There's a lot of things going on there. Let's try and quickly establish what this channel is about. I'm seeing Christian. I'm seeing Christian again, so it feels like this is a channel maybe dedicated to religious beliefs or topics. Let's have a look at the About section, see if we can get anything from there. Regular Christian guy. This person, as Jesus calls me, nothing separated. And then there's some poetry, stand-up comedy, singing, songs. What are you reckoning here?
This is difficult because like there definitely appears to be a like a not a theme, but like an idea behind it, which is great. And some of this actually makes sense. And I think I know what he's going for, which is kind of a lighter, because faith and stuff can be very very difficult to explain and difficult for people to accept. So if you do it with comedy or humor or something like that, it tends to be easier to digest.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's part of it, like the 5 reasons men don't tell you that they like you thing. I'm guessing that that's humor based. So that makes sense. And then you kind of mix in your your faith background into that. That's cool. Christians manipulating celebrities. So that's from the Jesus is King, so the Kanye West album. So that's basically like when Kanye West released his album, perfect timing, 1,000 views on that one. So it just shows if you're looking for something that's trending, there you go. It's a difficult one though, because some of the thumbnails are wildly different than others. Yeah. And I'm unsure if that's because, this creator's trying to figure it out, or if they're changing the thumbnail based on the theme of what they're talking about, which is another strategy that we don't really talk about here. It's something that I, in coaching and stuff, sometimes I'll tell people, just to give you an example. Let's say that you are a cooking channel and you are doing baking during the wintertime, because people don't like to bake warm things in the wintertime versus summertime when you're outside barbecuing. And if you look for like cake recipes and stuff like that, and you look at those thumbnails, they may look a certain way. Typically, the cake is looking great and moist and all that sort of jazz. But when you look at something that's more ethnic, like an Asian dish, it might look, the thumbnails that win on that might look completely different. And you change your thumbnail style based on that because you're trying to win against those. We don't often talk about that here on the channel because I think there's so much kind of nuance to it that we can't really get into it. So maybe he's trying to do that, unsure. Regardless, I think for something like this, my recommendation would be to find a template that works, look at your click-through rates, and stick with that. And it seems pretty obvious to me that when you're hitting like trending things, like the Kanye West stuff really worked for you, that works. So I would look what's going on in the world, try to hit some trending topics, and try to figure out a way to kind of squeeze your message in there.
My question to you would be, if you look at this collection of thumbnails on screen now, which one immediately pops out? I'm hoping you both can have the right answer.
Yeah, I saw Kanye a couple times, but it's funny. I keep getting pulled to the one where he's just kind of looking like upset. There's very little. I don't know why. And the red one, of course.
Well, that one, just through its sheer broad color scheme, pops out at me, and I like the title of the thumbnail versus the actual video title, which contrast and complement each other quite well. So I think going forward, that might be an interesting format, especially versus something like this where there's text over here, text there, a subscription button down there, Instagram handle there. Everything else is far too busy, but I feel as if they're starting to get the idea that they need to simplify their thumbnails. So that one is a really good one. I guess I get the idea of a channel, but maybe I'm not understanding quite the value proposition, because it's just a block of topics here. And it sounds like this person is trying to encourage people to understand Christianity from a certain demographic or point of view of a person who you maybe wouldn't usually associate with faith, like maybe like a young black person in the US. Maybe that I'm maybe completely off here, but it might be like a topic that's not really talked about, or because religion, certainly in some countries, is almost like dying to a certain extent. I don't know. I might be completely wrong about this. Are you feeling my vibes here down on Travis, or do you think I'm going down the wrong road here? I think it's like it's my viewpoint of this, which you wouldn't usually be aware of, because maybe a lot of people don't like to talk about it, or they keep their faith very private.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very difficult, but I take my hat off to them. Keep going.
Cool. All right, then. Let's move on to the next channel, which is, I think it's this one. We haven't looked at this one yet. It's Mousy Lee. Or Mousy Lee. Apologies if I've got both your forename and surname slightly wrong there. 240 subscribers, and you tell us that you're a channel about foster and adoption, which is, I would say, a topic that we've never really talked about here on the vidIQ channel or live streams. But then you also do beauty, fashion, and life, which are very popular, common themes. And so my question already from the channel banner is, how do those attach themselves together? And are you in danger of fracturing your potential audience with your content? Let's have a look at the actual videos. You've been on YouTube for a month, so you've already built up a nice following, which is great. Every single one of your videos is pretty much getting triple digits, which is fantastic again for a small channel. Thumbnails, as always, have started out quite busy, but I think you're starting to get the idea of how to make an impact with your thumbnails. For example, this is a really nice thumbnail in terms of your facial expression, the background, there's a little bit of pop, and then the text that you're using is working better. The logo doesn't really work at this point because we can't see it. You might want to simplify or change that. Dan, you've had a bit of a break here, so I'm going to ask you about maybe the topics that you're seeing in the videos, and do they work well together, or does this channel maybe need to consider their niche a little bit?
I think that, considering the views on the foster to adopt a newborn, the truth, that the video on the right there, and then all the way on the left, that one is 305, how to become a foster parent. It seems like there is a market for foster parents, content for them. I don't know where Keurig 2.0 review fits in to that.
And how to travel the world for free is also a curious one.
And that also has some good views.
It does, yeah.
You could turn all of these into different channels is kind of what I'm getting at. And that would be, I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm saying you could. Niching down would probably be in your best interest, but I hesitate to say that because there are some decent views here on a variety of topics.
It is curious, isn't it? Because I think ultimately, and we've talked about this before, Travis, where sometimes there are channels where it's not the topic that's a niche, it's the actual personality. I think Leela was a good example of this, where she does amazing, totally unique video tutorials. And so we kind of gave her license to do tutorials on any sort of filmography that she wished. And I feel as if this channel may end up in that situation where the personality is driving the channel. But it just means at this point, when we don't have that much of a sample size, we're seeing these little dropouts of like the Keurig review and microblading. That one's another video. It didn't really perform as well as the other ones. So it's, I think, an interesting challenge that this creator is going to face as they presumably continue to grow with their content. But I think if we're going to choose one right now to maybe focus on a little bit, it is that foster adoption angle, because I think it's probably underserved in the YouTube community, and you've already had proven success with that type of content. Any more thoughts as a sort of the most popular videos?
Yeah, I was going to say in gaming, a lot of times people want to play multiple games, right? But you have trouble doing that at first. You want to start with the one that's strongest, the one that's going to bring your audience in. Mm-hmm. And then over time, you can start interjecting maybe a vlog or a different game into your content, and you've grown this audience who likes your personality. And those videos may not show up in discovery as much as your flagship videos, but I think you'll find that over time you can start elaborating more about the section of the channel that's just life, and you can splice that in. But I would definitely, as you're trying to grow, keep focusing on the big flagship type videos, in this case, foster parenting.
Yeah. Interesting stuff there. Yeah. I'm almost tempted. Usually I would be really strong in saying, make sure you niche down on foster and adoption. But I feel as if, because this channel's had success in multiple different topics here that they probably want to don't do it as much as we would usually recommend. It may be that your foster content is like 3 out of 5 videos rather than 4 out of 5 videos, and then you have a little opportunity to do makeup stuff and other content on your channel. And I can already see the thumbnail evolution here. The last 4 in particular, I think are really quite strong in terms of thumbnail power, especially these ones where you have like the YouTuber expression, and sometimes like you're almost in costume almost a little bit. I think they're cool as well. So that's good stuff from your channel, Mousy Lee, if I pronounced it right. And we look forward to seeing maybe the success of your channel in a couple of months. Let's move on to the next channel, which is all for him racing videos. So they've already determined that their target audience is male in their channel name, it looks like here, which is absolutely fine. 13,000 subscribers. Congratulations already on the success of your channel. And we reviewed a channel very similar to this, didn't we, Dan and Travis?
We did.
Last week or the week before, I think it was RF Racing Media. And can you remember what we said specifically to them about their thumbnails?
Yeah, I had told them that every one of them should have some kind of action in them, and this is a great subject to get that, because you're going to see a lot of car crashes, and as you can see, there are a lot of car crashes.
And we also suggested, although it was a bit more prevalent in the other channel, was to try and minimize or get rid of text, because all the text is going to do is distract you from the carnage of the thumbnails. And I think, same here, I think a lot of this text could probably be dropped down into the title for that search and discovery, and then we get a good opportunity to see the crumpled cars, the steaming engines, and this is almost turning into car crash porn as I describe it here. I do apologise. And I also, am I right in thinking, Dan, that this channel that took our advice, they posted recently in Discord that they'd taken the suggestions we had, which was to remove the text from the thumbnails, and they've already seen a significant increase in their click-through rate.
I believe that's them, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I got the screenshot of that, but unfortunately I was trying to fix my camera right before we went live. So yeah, that would be my general advice, is think about just removing the text completely and testing it and seeing how that works with your videos.
PF Racing Media.
PF Racing Media, that was the one. Yeah, maybe we should just... Sorry, I feel as if we're talking more about that channel than this one, but let's just...
Well, this channel's doing a lot of things right.
Let's just quickly go to their channel then and see.
Yeah.
Whoops, sorry about that, sound effects. Yeah, so I remember a lot of these thumbnails just had big blocks of text on the thumbnails, and they've removed all of the text, so now you just see the carnage. And I think that just has a more powerful impact on what you're seeing, like this one here.
Yeah, that's great.
Interesting stuff. Anyway, let's go back to the actual channel that we're talking about.
The channel in
here.
question.
The channel in question.
Fantastic
views.
Really I want to say that the text is hard to read.
And it's hard to read anyway. Yeah, especially the logos in the two corners.
Yeah, that I'm struggling to read those, and now that you say they're logos, I agree. They're the same in all of them. So I would almost get rid of that, honestly. I don't know how important it is to have the it says Southern Nationals, so that's the event in question.
Here's our suggestion, all for him racing videos. For all of these videos in the last week, remove all of the text for a week and see if it has a dramatic impact on the click-through rate of your content, because I'm really interested to see how that impacts the channel. Having said all of that, let's just talk about the success of this channel. 13,000 subscribers. A lot of the videos are getting well over 2,000-3,000 views. Some of them occasionally 11,000 views, which is really fantastic. This channel has a niche. It's focused fully on it, and it's creating the content that the target audience wants to see every single time, which is fantastic. And yeah, they've got 5 million views here as well, and they're using the community tab, which is great. Travis, do you want to chime in with anything here, or do you reckon we've identified like the big potential improvement they can make, and that's what they should try and do?
I think that's everything. I mean, they're doing well. Imagine how much better they could do with just a couple of tweaks.
channel banner probably looks a bit dated as well, would you say? I think maybe that needs a little bit of a tweak. And I think you could probably get away with one big crash and then have that as a value proposition in the channel banner, and remove a subscribe button, the social media handles. How much value are you going to get from that in the channel banner?
Now that you mentioned the social media handles, I noticed that Instagram isn't linked in the bottom right.
Yeah, in the bottom right. Yeah.
But I would let that section do your social media heavy lifting for you. You don't need to have that in the banner.
All right, congratulations all for him racing videos. And it's come to the top of the hour, so what I think we're going to do is take a little break, and when we come back, we will be going random on your channel audits. Back very soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the vidIQ channel audit live streams for this week. Just a little bit of house cleaning to let you know about for future live streams. Next Tuesday, I will not be in the audit hot seat because I am traveling to VidCon London. So if you are going to that event, make sure to say hello at the vidIQ booth. But Dan and Travis, as far as I'm aware, you will be hosting for us in my absence. So I thank you in advance for doing that. And also, we have a special live stream that's going on this Friday, but we will release more details about that in a couple of days. So do stick around for the notification that you will get if you are subscribed to vidIQ. Travis, I'm just going to throw it over to you because I want to know if there are any Samsung updates from the event that's going on right now. Can you be our live reporter, or have you not got any information for us?
Expensive phones.
All right, thank you. You want to buy an expensive phone? You go and see Samsung for that.
You ever watch Family Guy?
On and off.
Okay, so they have a weather guy there, and they're like, "What's the weather? It's gonna rain."
All right then. Thanks for the update. Have you now ever said anything about the Chromebook?
No.
No, then you're dead to me. Moving on to our next channel then, and this is how it works. I'm going to just share my screen once again with my fellow auditors here. Can you see my screen?
Can indeed.
Yes. Awesome. So we're going traditional this week, folks. Here's how the next section of channel audits work. We have a machine here that's whirling away and it's ready to choose a channel to audit. We have 396 submissions. Yeah, it's huge. And we've just got another one there. What this machine's going to do is I've set it to choose between 1 and 400. When I press this button, it spurts out a number. We have no idea what it's going to be, although Travis does think it's rigged. And then I take that number, which is 119. We get the channel link here, and we audit the channel. We don't know what we're going to come across. Usually it tends to be a lot of gaming channels, which means that Travis can continue to watch the Samsung live stream, but we will get some other channels as well. So we're starting with this one first, and of course we will be going through some of your Twitter posts as well to do more random channel selections there. Travis, what did you catch there? Or was somebody
it's a gaming channel?
Well, of course, yeah. So Travis, go back to your live stream. Dan, we are looking at X11 Omega Ling, if I've pronounced that right. From the channel banner, we can see that it's maybe about Pokemon, that marshmallow musician person, Mario, Splatoon, Fortnite. Was that funny? Yeah.
I was going to say the same exact thing you said.
Yes, I guess he must be into gaming because he appears in Fortnite. All right, so I've told you, Dan, what's in the channel banner. You tell us what's in the videos themselves.
Okay, so I am noticing a lot of Minecraft content, and in fact, Minecraft is least represented in your channel banner.
That is an awesome point. Yeah. Well, there is like a
oh yeah,
pixelated
Steve's
block there of
chest.
some kind. Yeah.
Steve's chest made it in. Okay, so a few things that I'm noticing that a lot of gaming channels tend to do, especially when they're first starting out. Now, I want to stress this is a great thing to do when you're practicing making a video. But as you're growing, you want to try to avoid episode numbers that make your potential new audience feel like they have to catch up, and they have to catch up a lot. You episode 18, the End City. Episode 18 though, and it's 10 minutes long. That's okay. These aren't super long, which is great for that many episodes. I feel like I can catch up maybe. But the End City is because you're still a growing channel, I would say that maybe a little more specific could help here.
Yeah.
What happened in the End City? Did you, like we talked about it with a different gaming channel, did you die? What did you find? I got Elytra. Elytra is a commonly, sought after item in Minecraft. So those are just some general suggestions. Thumbnails are a bit dark. I kind of like where you're going with them, even though they have episode titles and the word Minecraft doesn't necessarily need to be there. But the contrast between Minecraft and the background is good. I just think that overall the thumbnail is kind of dark, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on in a lot of these.
Yeah, I would say the way the creator has crafted these thumbnails is that they're almost emphasizing the episode number. All of these thumbnails, my eyes are drawn to EP and then whatever number it is. And then the thumbnail itself, it's almost like the complete opposite logic of what you would generally recommend in a thumbnail, which is to brighten up the colors, make it really pop. But all this creator's done is make the episode number really pop.
Yes.
And that's not something that's going to convince me to click on a thumbnail.
Right. And we also have episode 15 twice in a row, which is confusing.
Ah, sneaky. Good spot there.
Actually, that video link's almost the same too. But the titles are different. The latest video you did was on the Minecraft snapshot that recently came out, which is a good strategy. That's a new update. And I would say the brown text is not your friend there. It blends in.
Yeah.
It blends in with the soul sand in the nether there too much, and we can't see what's going on. But I like what you did with the character. The new mob and new blocks are represented, and that was really smart. But I think instead of snapshot 20W blah blah blah, you could have put like new mobs or nether update or something, because your title already has the snapshot version in it. So that's some just very specific Minecrafty advice, because I play this game a lot, for you to chew on.
Now, I've got a couple of questions here. First of all, what is Redstone a Minecraft mod of some kind?
Redstone is a thing you collect, and you can use it to power your creations.
Okay,
so basic way to explain it.
Could the creator potentially do some tutorials on this?
Oh yes,
Okay,
Redstone is huge.
We're always thinking about how gaming channels can get their start, and tutorials is certainly one way to do it. The second question is, the most popular videos in the last few months are all of the non-Minecraft videos. R.I.P. Moshi Monsters, whatever that. And Amoga Temi, I have no clue what that is at all.
Lost me.
But it was really successful for your channel, and it got a lot of engagement. Maybe you could revisit. It's probably a little too late now because it's 4 months old, but again, just keep an eye on what's working on your channel, and it may be that you discover that the thing that you thought you were going to be about isn't what your audience wants to watch, and then you pivot a little bit to serve your audience. Audience is always the most important thing on your channel, at least when you're starting to grow, and then you can start to take your audience on a journey when they're invested in your content. All right, this is a phrase from the UK. I don't know if this is in the US, but I'm going to say, Travis, you're back in play. Here's another audit.
Let's go.
So let's go. 27 this time. What have we got here? It's a gaming channel. Travis, you're out. You're frozen out of the game. We'll see you later. In fact, no, Travis, I'll let you chime in on this one to begin with. And if it's like thumbnails or whatever you want to talk about, and then Dan and I will take over.
All
Bully
right.
School, what we're looking at?
Well, we're looking at a lot of confusion. So the channel banner tells me 0. It's kind of nice to look at, but it's a low res, kind of a nice to look at. The avatar, well, I mean, it's kind of, so what I like to see for avatars, I like to see a smaller version of the banner, and you can kind of see in the background, that's maybe what's going on.
Yeah, this logo-y thing. Yeah.
There. then why isn't that character up on the banner, would be my question. The title of the channel doesn't necessarily give me an indication of what I'm going to get out of this channel either. So there's like 3 opportunities you can, welcome to my gaming channel. Okay. There's 3 opportunities to like tell a person like what you're going to get. It could be like what type of gaming, you know, something kind of cool to look at. I mean, something. Give me something. Bully School sounds like something that doesn't really have anything to do with video gaming. So if we look
there
at
was
the
actually a video game called Bully, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I mean, if we're honest about it, the likelihood of any of the people of this creator even being of the age that would have played that game,
correct,
probably not very high.
Yeah,
but you know, looking into it, so we got Roblox, we got Twitch of Roblox. Okay, so it's a Roblox channel. So why not just kind of lean into that and make that more part of your overall branding, so that I understand that I'm going to watch a Roblox channel. And as a matter of fact, I would challenge that these thumbnails don't even give me that real indication, other than saying Roblox. I have no indication that this is a Roblox channel. Personally.
Yeah, because there's presumably creator faces in the thumbnails, but no action from the game. Yeah. Like if clips, compilations, surely there is a fantastical moment or a moment of intrigue or climax in one of these clips, which you could use as the selling point of your thumbnail. I think we would also consider here, is this just other people's content that you're just turning into compilations?
That's my guess.
If it is, I think long term you're going to struggle to build up a community and maybe monetize the content. I know there's huge channels that have done this in the past, but I think YouTube is probably clamping down a little bit on this. And ultimately, unless you're really transforming the content into something new and exciting, like adding memes or sound effects or whatever, then ultimately it's never really going to be your content, and you're never going to own it, and you're never really going to be able to show off your superpower, like what makes you a unique creator versus anyone else. Dan, I'll let you chime in a little bit with this one, but we'll move on soon to the next channel.
Right. I was just going to say about that exact topic. Like, this isn't a strategy I would personally do as a gaming channel. In fact, I kind of wonder if this is a gaming channel. When you think about it, it's more of a compilation channel that happens to be about gaming. About the thumbnails, there's a missed opportunity. It looks like you appreciate the reaction of the creators showcased in the thumbnails, but that should their face should be they're reacting to something crazy on the screen, which you already touched on. But I just wanted to, drive that home. And it looks like you're just kind of getting started, which is, for the fact that you're just getting started, I like that you're putting work into your thumbnails.
That is true. Yeah. And the videos that they have, all of them are into double digits, which again, for a gaming channel, that can be a real struggle to begin with, just to get views into above 50 or over 10. And the channel's already doing that. But there's certainly a lot of things the channel can work on here, which is definitely be more clear with your branding about what the channel is, thumbnail improvement, although you're already making custom thumbnails, and long term, is this going to be a viable channel to be successful with? Let's go to Twitter now. We'll take a channel audit. Hashtag this one. Oh, Travis, the first one. We have a winner. We've got to choose this one. We have to choose that one. Great. That is exactly what we want to see from our tweets.
Love it.
Awesome stuff. And since Travis, he's this credit is appealing directly to you. Take it away with Dr. Derek Liao. I'm going to pronounce his name.
Dr. Derek, nice to meet you. Good to see you on here. And in 1 month, 200 subscribers. Is that legit? My gosh.
Great. Yeah, awesome.
That's
all
incredible.
triple-digit views as well.
That's incredible. Well, I believe that. So, you might see other channels where they have like 4 videos and they're like 200 subscribers. I don't know. But when you have a doctor, I actually do believe it, because much like you'll see in what we do, which is, helping channels grow, subscriber to view ratios are way different. Like, for example, any of the people in our niche, like Nick Nimmin or something like that, don't have to get as many views to get a lot of subscribers per those views. And I believe that this would probably fall into that same category, because when you find someone that you watch and then all of a sudden trust, you're like, oh, this guy had good information, I'm going to subscribe for more information. So I totally believe this subscriber count, even though normally we would say, I actually believe this based completely on the fact that he's saying he's a doctor. And if people watch the content and believe in it, boom, they're in. So I totally believe this. Easy, up-to-date medical information, which is a great value proposition, if not a little vague. So I like the value proposition behind it. I definitely want medical information that's easy, up-to-date, and free, thankfully, right? Because that's rarely the case. But it doesn't tell me like what type of medical information. Is it heart? Is it lung? Is it, what is it? Your video is high quality about health, diet, exercise, explanations about disease in a comprehensive way. Okay. So he is kind of going around. I know there's other doctors on YouTube that are big.
Yeah. There could be a way to just make this value proposition a little more catchy. Like it could be your local YouTube GP, like the person you go to visit when you have like an everyday issue.
You know what it is? I know. I got it. Just figured it out.
Here we go.
The YouTube lawyer, right? We have one of those now. That could be your YouTube doctor. So there's a gentleman on YouTube. What's his name again? Rob?
Ian Corzine.
Who really has blown up his channel over the last year by being the YouTube lawyer, basically answering YouTubers' questions about, YouTube law and like copyright and that sort of stuff. He's blown up, just absolutely blown up over the last year, especially since, COPPA really blew his channel up.
Yeah,
Absolutely blew his channel up.
500,000 views right there on that one.
Yeah, that helps, right? So he basically is making a very complicated subject easy for creators, right, on YouTube. Well, you're kind of doing the same. At least your value proposition appears to be similar, except for it's for medical, which is great. And I think more people are actually going to be searching for that than an internet lawyer for their channel. So you have a potential for a very wide-ranging amount of views on different things. Keto diets and stuff like that. I see coronavirus, which is obviously a big topic. And I'm glad that you're doing it more than one time. You see he's kind of doubling down. I think he sees that those views are coming pretty good. Yeah. So 100% continue that path. I would probably change the thumbnails a little bit. They're a little kind of
they're a good start, but I think there's room for improvement, and I think Ian Corzine again would be a perfect example of where you want to be aiming towards with your thumbnails. Let's see if I can get back to them. And so his is like really clear text, big bright backgrounds, maybe one or two icons. A lot of times it's text. Maybe you want to include like some sort of medical reference, whether it be an icon or like a syringe or like whatever potential illness you're talking about might be more appropriate. But getting towards this style of presentation, I think, is just going to make your channel look really, really professional and well done.
Yep.
And just a couple more things I would add. Get yourself in the channel banner, because people, the most important for your channel is building trust. People want to trust that your content is reliable and that they can believe in what you're saying and apply it to their lives to become healthier people. So wherever you can reinforce your credentials and your value to the audience, do that. And just work on the thumbnails. It looks as if you were maybe starting out on a diet style content, and then the coronavirus has kind of intervened and you're using that as an opportunity to build the audience, which is fine. With only 4 videos, we can't really go any further than that, but a fantastic start. And you're already thinking about the broader audience with captions as well, which is brilliant to see. So thank you for the awesome tweet. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. Dan, I think
scroll down a little bit.
It's your turn, Dan, to maybe pick one.
A little bit more. There, right? No, down. You got to see this. So I had to point it out. I'm sorry.
Car Crash Dave wins with that one. All right, sorry, Dan, you can choose another one later on. But
I basically chose it.
Oh, wow. Look at these thumbnails. Really good stuff. All right.
I like this.
Car Crash Dave, change your channel banner a little bit because it's not mobile friendly. People will be able to see Car Day, I think, on a mobile device. But let's have a look. Okay, Dan, you chose this one. Why? Other than fantastic thumbnails.
The Twitter art is why I chose it.
Is this a game? Because these all
This
look.
looks
I
like
know
a
what
game.
this is. I know exactly what this is because I literally have a coaching client that does this. I only recently found out about this. It's actually not a game. It's a I literally just came across this for the first time ever last week. I had never seen this before. It's a software that you can replicate car crashes. And
Right, okay.
some channels are doing like millions of views on these. It's
I
really
see.
interesting. Yeah.
So is it Beam NG Drive? Is that the?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just want to get into this topic here just to see what on earth this is all about.
Yep. Smash Car Chan, Crash Boom Punk. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Crash Driven is the channel I had a session with.
Oh, we've 750,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks as if this type of content is designed to create amazing thumbnails, because I guess you just take a freeze frame, you go like into gallery mode or something, or photo mode, and then just take an image to get exactly what you need. Yeah,
I would say you have thumbnails set pretty much.
yeah, I would not argue with that at all.
Some a little bit better than others, but yeah, overall, and we can see an evolution there for sure. I think you're pretty good with thumbnails.
Weird Mickey Mouse impression reading a very hungry caterpillar that just dropped itself in there in the video.
Did pretty well
in
too.
The channel. Yeah.
Some of these have over 1,000 views. BeamNG Drive 2020 crashes gone in 60 seconds. Titles are kind of long, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just trying to figure out what each one's about. And I wonder if that's where the improvement can come in.
I think potentially the problem with this channel is that it's missed its opportunity a little bit. Travis, you've already seen that this is a big thing that's going on now and channels are getting millions of views. This channel started doing this 11 months ago. Yeah. And then they just haven't really pumped out the volume of content that might be successful. I think what's going to maybe help here for the channel is stuff like this, where they're maybe tying in like famous movie scenes of car crashes replicated in this game, perhaps.
That's what
and like you got the Fast and the Furious. You could go through all of those films and maybe try and recreate them, unless somebody's already done it. That's where my head would be going. Is that how can you tie it in? And like when new films are released, you could be the first one to have the car chases from that movie in this simulation.
100%. Yeah, it's difficult. There's a couple that are doing well. Some that are newer channels, like some of those channels in the search were newer and they've just blown up. But it is a little confusing because they're not. So I think like anything, they're kind of the same thing, but you can be kind of creative with the types of crash you do. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're crashes, so it's kind of hard to know. Like, what's a trending crash? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
How long are the videos? So they're like 11, 10 minutes long as well. So what's going on here? Are they? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Fair enough.
Some of them are really interesting.
It's just compilations of that type of thing.
Yep.
I mean, people love to see, like, when they're on Facebook and they see, because I see this all the time, like weird stuff happening in Grand Theft Auto 5 where cars are just flying in the air and stuff, and it just looks like it's a topic dedicated to this type of crazy thing, and like tying in the new Tesla truck there on that one.
I think that any opportunity you have to take a popular TV show or movie and replicate a scene.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here is that look at this general search term is dominated by huge channels like 2 million, 750,000, 800,000. So they're going to have to niche down, I think, to find.
Yeah, I like your suggestion because I'm trying to think of what else you could do to take this topic and.
I mean, you probably have to put in the actual. Let's try. I'll spell it wrong anyway. Let's do Fast and Furious. So yeah, it looks as if somebody's already had that idea as well. And this was all happening like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So it's going to be a difficult genre to maybe break into at this point. But that's a good example there of 140 subscribers, 9,000 views. Maybe when Fast and the Furious 9 comes out, or Bad Boys 3's just come out, so it's like hitting those films before anyone else may see you have some success. But this is really fascinating as a new topic that I've just never seen before.
I hadn't.
It's huge on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's huge.
All right, that is Crash Day Car Dave. We'll go back to the tweets in a little while. Let's take some more from the machine of randomness, which is 48 now. We've got a history channel. Oh, Travis, 2 in a row, and it's not a gaming channel. Here we go. But I'll let Dan lead off with this one first. Imperial Productions, 22 subscribers. Phew, those are some busy thumbnails. What are we looking at here?
Well, a lot of views for 22 subscribers.
Yeah, certainly so. And these most recent ones, you are right there.
I would say you're on to something for sure, but I'm not going to lie. I can't read these thumbnails to save my life.
And you don't
really
want
have to focus on them. Yeah,
you don't want to. I mean, if I just do that, the only thumbnail that pops out at me here is Donald Trump, because there's no text on his face. I think all of the other ones, everything's just covered up by text.
Yeah, but you're getting views.
That is true.
Cool.
That is true. That is brilliant. Yeah.
It's probably something to do with the topic being searched for in your title strategy. If I had to guess, because it's really hard to tell what's going on in these thumbnails. That would be our number one piece of advice, I think. And then secondly to that, calls to action, because you're getting a lot of views. Be sure you're reminding people to subscribe.
We're in a spinning circle of lag.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah, I saw that one as well.
But I was on a roll.
It's an interesting one. Travis, any more thoughts here, or do you think it's pretty self-explanatory? Thumbnails first, everything else comes secondary.
I think you're right. I don't know that we're live at the moment. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the text, A, color-wise is hurting my eyes, and then B, is just hurting the pictures. There's just a lot of hurt here. Hurt people.
So test, next 5 videos, no text whatsoever.
Yep.
Just use it in the titles, and make some more content, because you've made barely anything in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And people, if they're wanting like history and education, let's say, for example, I look at the history of Prussia part 2. I've got to wait 2 months for part 3. Well, I prefer to be watching that in a couple of days or next week. And they're short, these are short videos as well. So maybe it might be worth combining them, or at the end, you do it in 5 parts and then you put all those videos together as a 10-minute video afterwards. So that is Imperial Productions. Also, strange channel banner. How does that connect really with what looks to be history from the 18th century versus skyscrapers from the 19th century? I'm not really following that theme either. I'll just go into the about section quickly, see if we can get anything from here. Star Wars.
That was the first thing I noticed.
Memes. Have you done any of that?
I wonder if this channel rebooted recently.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
You wouldn't know by looking, though, because the text and everything.
Exactly. We just couldn't see it, could we? Because of the text and the thumbnails. So yeah, the creators overthought these thumbnails. It's almost like I've created a great thumbnail, put loads of text on it, and now it looks really weird and doesn't make any sense. Let's move on to the next channel. It's going to be 279. We're into the 200s this time, and it is a gaming channel. And it's a gaming channel which begins with Z, and I'm going to try and pronounce this channel
Zoinks.
as Zoinks. It's a nice name, nice word to say.
I don't think it's Zoinks. Zonix, maybe.
I'm going with Zoinks because
Zoinks.
because as Travis says, it needs to be memorable, and you need to be able to say it. And we've decided we're going to call it Zoinks until the channel decides on another one.
Cut my eye open. Prank.
Where's this one? Sorry,
the top row. That's not a prank. Oh man. Okay.
That's violence.
Right.
What do we got here?
Interesting. So this is a gaming channel that throws in some vlogs and fun prank videos from time to time. It looks like your live streams are doing pretty well.
Yeah, 100 views on the live streams, 2 hours, which is pretty good. What is a creator playing? Playing with subscribers, road to 500. What is the game in the background there?
BTD battles. I don't know what that game is. I wish I did, but
I would get rid of the channel name and subscribers.
Yes,
and sell what they're doing in a live stream rather than how many subscribers they've got.
Because it looks like you made a cool thumbnail, but then put your subscriber count over it, which is kind of weird.
Yep.
But Yeah, you're celebrating getting various milestones on your channel, which is cool. But we're kind of all over the place, aren't we? I'm having a lot of trouble like narrowing down what I want to say.
I'm guessing, is it two friends or two brothers who are like just having some fun on their channel? Or like you say, with these occasional maybe prank style videos. Then there's a bit about the NFL draft. I mean, when we go back to the very first channel we audited, it was their entire channel was based off of this single video.
Right.
And that's where the creator is going to have to ultimately take their channel, I would think. Having said that, this channel's only been around for a month, and they are doing a lot of testing, and they're cranking out a lot of content. So all the power to you for doing that. And if you've built up those 400 subscribers in a month, that is phenomenal as well. I'm wondering maybe if they've deleted some previous content. Now, it kind of feels like that they just started again in 2020, given how old the channel is.
Right. That's with all that. I think the last thing I would say with the Minecraft thumbnails is I like to see a character when it comes to a game like blown up really big.
So this one here, that's the best thumbnail, isn't it, of the ones that we've got?
Yeah, and it does seem like there's a little bit of thumbnail wallpaper going on, despite like the subscriber count in the middle. Like if that wasn't there, it'd be the same one over and over and over. For live streams, people tend to do that, but you could think about changing up once in a while, for sure.
I would also suggest to Zoinks, Zonyonks, your channel name, however it is pronounced, is I think you're getting too caught up in your own subscriber race. Like, how much does your audience care about that right now? And I'm sure they're wanting to know a lot more about the content that you're creating. So think first about your audience rather than the 500 subscriber goal that you're trying to work towards. And all of your BTD battle videos are the top performing ones. They are all live streams. Maybe you could do some video on demand content as well. Tutorials again, as Dan and I often say, to get discovered early with your content as a gaming channel. Tell viewers how to play the games that they're interested in, and that should hopefully see some more success for your channel.
Anything? I don't know what that game is. It kind of reminds me of the same artwork we see in a lot of mobile games.
Yeah, let's.
I would say that if it has any microtransactions or anything, you may consider covering those. Yeah. Or anytime there's an update, anything like that is great content when you're not streaming.
Quick search into YouTube, get autocomplete, best strategies, hacks, Sunday, whatever that is.
That's another YouTuber. So someone pretty big's playing it, which is cool.
Yeah. So there we are. Here's some examples of what you might want to be looking at in terms of the game. And there's some small channels here. I say smaller, 70,000, 100,000. There's no million subscriber like this one here. So this is what always interests me. If there's a channel of this size getting views, it means that there's a lot of turnover of content, and smaller channels can make an impact. But they have to have the strategy of telling you how to get a specific thing, golden projectiles, and have a thumbnail as powerful as this to be successful. So take a look at what's going on in the BTD battles world, Zoinks, and make content based off of that. Move on to another channel selected from our machine, and then we'll go back to Twitter for some more entertainment. This one's about pets, but it's facts about cats. So I'm going to step out of this one because I think cats are vermin. There, I've said it. Controversial. Flame in the comments. Who likes cats here, Dan or Travis?
I do. Rob's view on cats doesn't reflect that of vidIQ's.
It secretly does. All right, Dan, tell us about facts about cats.
Oh man, they smell terrible, but they can be friendly too, which is cool. Okay, friend or foe? Is that a hot pocket being fed to a cat? Cats can eat bread. Okay, so we're talking literally about taking care of cats, whereas normally cat channels like to do a lot of fun cat videos,
cute cat videos.
Yeah, with the cats doing crazy things. That's an interesting channel, and I like your thumbnails. They
are phenomenal thumbnail wise. This is like bright side 5-minute craft style, vibrant, punchy, very simple. the text used is used intelligently. I mean, all right, it's about cats, but I think the presentation of it is awesome.
Shade. So much shade. I love the salami stuffed in the cat's mouth. That's great. That's a great thumbnail.
Now, the channel's been going around for 3 months, and it looks like they took a break, and now they're starting to churn out content again. It hasn't really taken off with a really successful video yet, because maybe it's against convention of it's usually about cute cats, but on this one it's actually factual stuff. Travis, have you got any thoughts here? I'm trying to wake you up here.
I'm just trying to pretend this is a dog channel.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And if I just think of it like that, then yeah, put the dogs up front, swap the cats for dogs, and you're good to go. I think that would do it. 1,000 subscribers by tomorrow.
Boom. I think one reason why this channel might be struggling, just given from the fact that the thumbnails are really strong, and I click on these if I had any interest in cats.
Oh my gosh.
The video length is short. A lot of these might be more suited to consumption platforms like Facebook or Twitter, where the videos you're watching are much shorter. So maybe the videos need to be a little bit longer to generate the watch time that makes YouTube more intrigued in your content. Because I think thumbnail-wise, titling-wise, I haven't really got an issue with any of this stuff. It's really, really strong and powerful.
Yep. It could be that your channel's still just new and you're still finding your way.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they've maybe got enough videos here to pick out what are the more popular ones.
I like the idea of fun facts. Like that's yeah, and it's only a month old. That literally could, depending on how good the content is, that could do well over time.
Yeah.
It just
so
depends
there we are.
on content.
We've given as much time as we're willing to give on cats. So if anyone has a dog channel that they want to submit,
I'm willing to give your cat's channel, your cat channel
all
time.
over it.
So the car. Okay, the car crash was the one with the.
I like dog channels too. I don't discriminate.
Let's have a look then at some tweets. What's going to stick out here for us to audit?
What?
I don't know where I'm going with that one. What is that?
I don't know.
I'm going on vacation in a month's time, so I'm looking forward to that. That one's back again. What game is that from? Is that from a game or an anime?
I don't know.
Hey,
they made me a chicken.
Someone please, I need that picture. Hold on.
Oh my word.
Let me go retweet that. Hold on. Let me find that on Twitter because
Folks,
that's savage.
I'll retweet it.
Venom Viper Gaming has just won the internet. We've already audited your channel though. This is a Roblox channel which we look at every single week. But
bro, where is this? Someone I need a part of this.
Do you have me on Twitter? I retweeted it.
All right. It's like I mean we've audited this channel before. Oh no, you've just shared our own link. Do you not want a channel then, Viper? Oh, we're breaking the fourth wall here.
I like their banner. The channel audit banner is cool.
Hang on, let's go back. Oh well, thank you for sharing the stream, and folks, that's what we want to see. Do you like the fact that Dan, that you're just a tiny little head on a?
I'm just a chicken. It's a load of crap.
I need a full resolution picture of that, and I will put it on all my social medias.
Boom! There we go. There we go. Anything else then? I need to search for the other. Sorry, I get really distracted here by all this tomfoolery. What was I looking at? Oh, that's just notifications now. Hashtag channel audits. Folks, you are still watching the vidIQ live stream, but I just haven't done any channel audits recently. Well, shall we do this one then? Let's go to Bork, I think the channel is. And it is a channel with 163 subscribers. Borking is your channel value proposition. I guess it's about gaming, but this character keeps appearing.
Animation?
Is it about animation or is it about memes? I'm a little confused as to what your channel's about. A man has fallen into
the river in Gotcha City. Is that a news story or is that a fictional place?
Previously official gacha animations.
There must be a type of animation style or genre of some sort.
So I think we're going to be honest here and say,
is that what it is?
Yeah, it did come up. But what is that in terms of the context of this channel?
I don't know what it is overall. Here's what I do know. Our friend Mag UK ASMR used that to like boost her channel by finding someone in one of her videos that left a comment, and she did a lot of research on it, and then did some content on it, and it just blew up. It really helped blow up her channel.
Okay, so I think it's some form of animation. I'm gonna hesitate to say here, and in the last 3 or 4 videos, you've been following that content, and it's doing well. I have no idea how it ties into weed tennis, but you've made it work. This one has done really well, 500 views. I don't know, is that like a music diss track? Or I know MEP as a member of European Parliament, so this is all going way over my head a little bit. However, the last 3 videos, the channel is doing really well with this topic. So continue to do what they're doing within this gacha style content, I think. I don't really know what else to suggest here other than they found something in the last 3 videos that's working for the channel.
I would maybe say the channel banner could reflect a little bit more.
And I guess the thumbnails need to tell us a little bit more about what's going on.
We may not be the target audience here. It seems like somebody is, but that was my gut instinct there.
It is so niche that we're struggling to really identify what it is, which is not a bad thing, because it means that you've really targeted a very specific audience who are resonating well with the content. And Dan, you'll always say, if you're getting more views and subscribers, make sure there's calls to action in there to get people to subscribe to your content. Also think about video length, like this last one's 25 seconds. This one here, which was really popular, around 4 or 5 minutes. So I think you've got license to create longer content around this gacha meme as well. So thank you. And so I guess if we go back to the tweet, was that my face being put on a gacha style thing? I'm sorry, it's gone completely over my head if you have, but I appreciate it. Oh my god! All right, I
think I need to leave.
Larissa Vroman makes an excellent point. We haven't done a beauty channel this week, so let's audit a beauty channel. You win in this sense. Very cheeky, put it on the subscription list. We like that. Well played. All right, Larissa Vroman with beauty, fashion, pink, and then I guess that might be Dutch that's in there at the end of the value proposition. I'm going to say that your channel banner is poorly designed because you have visual elements on the left and right, which are going to get sliced off on mobile. So you want to bring these into the middle of your channel banner. And if it's about beauty and fashion, show off maybe you wearing the clothes that you want to show off in the fashion videos. And maybe another video where you're touching up your some makeup or working on your eyelashes or whatever to help with the value proposition there. And you say that you're beauty and fashion, but in what sense? Is it cheap, or doing this on a budget, or doing this quickly, or is it for a certain age of person? That could be things that could really help with your value proposition. Dan, Travis, anything about the thumbnails that we can see here?
I think that because we did see a channel earlier, it wasn't necessarily a beauty channel, but it was they touched on beauty in part of their
and other things like adoption and so on. Yeah,
right. I would look at those for an example of what you could be doing to try and like make these pop a little bit more, especially when it comes to beauty channels. It looks like in that video there, the 5-minute crafts video. Looks like you're putting on something on your lips. I mean, you could be the focus of that whole thumbnail if you were,
really zoomed in.
Frame.
What's the color of if it's lipstick? Because we just can't see it. Absolutely. This one here as well, like the 100 plus layers, make the color really stand out and punch. You've got some background stuff going on there which just distracts from what you're putting on your face. And then when I look at the general video topics, what should I wear for Christmas? But you have a book which covers up what you might be wearing, And then you've got a video about, looks like you went to some sort of attraction somewhere, swimming with the fishes. So you're not necessarily sticking towards what your channel suggests it might be about until the final few videos.
And it looks like is it always in a different language?
So it looks as if it's in Dutch, and the Dutch are very bilingual, so they can they all speak English. Well, speak English better than me, to be honest, in Holland. And so they may be like targeting some different search terms depending on. I don't know if it's in English or Dutch. So there may be an argument as if your content is in Dutch, the title should be as well. But I think that's something that Travis and I sometimes struggle a little bit with our Asian, Indian friends as well, because there's multiple languages used in the country. And so how do you best get it to work on YouTube? Travis, any thoughts generally on the channel?
I agree with what you guys are saying. And the whole question about whether or not it's in English is something that I just explain both sides of it to the creator and let them decide, because it is kind of a, a personal preference. But yeah, I think, thumbnails definitely need some work and a more succinct idea of what the channel is about, more than just kind of a little bit of everything. But, otherwise, wonderful job on the YouTube or the Twitter thumbnail.
Yeah, I think the thing I would say is, we say this about like photography channels and tech channels, your thumbnails are placed on a higher pedestal because they expect a certain level of quality in the thumbnails, because that's what they'll want to see as a final product in the video. So I'm just going to do a search here for layers of highlight. That's the type of thumbnail, the very top one, or this one, where they're really striking and they pop. Not necessarily the guy putting on the layers. I don't think you need to worry about that one. But all of these with the face really blown up and maybe a little overexposed, so that when they're shrunk down to this size, they really pop. And unfortunately, we just don't get that quite as strongly on this video here. So take a look at what's already out there in terms of the competition. And I would also say, finally, 64 subscribers. Hey, look at all of the views. A lot of them are all over their subscriber count. So they're doing something right. Maybe it's their target audience. The language that they're speaking is working for their audience. So just make more content when they potentially can do, with the advice that we suggest. How long have we got? Okay, we haven't got too long, so let's try and get through some more on the random selector, and we'll definitely choose at least one more tweet. I didn't realize the Pandora's box I was opening there when we started to do memes on the tweets, but it is fun. Real Gamers, Travis, you got an opportunity for another 40 winks here. Dan, what are we looking at here?
Subscribe now.
Do it now.
Do it.
It would be legendary.
There's a subscribe button over there.
I'm clicking on it, Dan, but it's not doing anything.
Oh my gosh.
Why not?
Well, because they haven't even told us why.
Good point.
That the button only activates when you tell us the reason to click it.
I see.
That's how gaming channels work. That's a pro tip.
What happened?
We'll be doing a video on that later on, because Dan, I didn't even know that. Whoa.
That's a thing. Yep.
Breaking news.
PNGs are a little more interactive than you probably know.
It's getting late in the audits here. Where don't follow any of our advice for the next 10 minutes, because it may be circumspect.
Okay.
All right, Real Gamers, coming up to 100 subscribers. They've been on YouTube for 2 months. Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If it's Fortnite-y stuff here with a little bit of Roblox as well.
Okay, what happened? Your first video did amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I did not spot that. And because, Dan, it was like some sort of tutorial. Now, it may be the exploit or hack was maybe brushing up the community guidelines, something that they shouldn't be suggesting. If it's perfectly fine and legitimate within the game, what we would say is go after it even more. Having said that, we've got more videos here about free V-Bucks, and then jailbreaking, and these are all terms which just worry me a little bit, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, putting those aside, and I am concerned about that myself, it looks like you're on the right track in terms of things that people might be searching for. But it's a little bit of a mixed bag, because one video you're asking people to help pick your intro. Another one says the secret to building smooth plus my settings. So that's like a video about 2 different things. It's the secret to building, but also your gameplay settings, which could be 2 separate videos completely. And also there's nothing, not only is there nothing indicating settings in the thumbnail, there's nothing indicating a build. I see a character that's blurry. I don't really see anything going on. And then the final one, all on this console. What? Like what?
Yeah.
What console are you playing the game on a console? And is there something impressive about that?
Yeah. What game is it? What console is it? What is it? Because it just looks as if it's a static screen that you would see on a million other videos. So I like the idea that the creator is trying to create intrigue in the title, but it's one of those it's one of those maybe thumbnails where the person creating it understands exactly what they're trying to communicate, but it's just lost on everybody else. And I've done this. I've been guilty of making thumbnails that I think that makes so much sense, like so intricate and brilliant, and then I show it to somebody and they go, what? And they just have no clue what trying to communicate in the thumbnail.
Yeah. But I do congratulate you on your subscriber count. I would get rid of subscribe now in your banner. Tell us what your channel is about instead in that space. And then
rather than
fill out your about section. Do they have a trailer?
Let's have a look. No.
Get a trailer and fill out your about section. That's your
fill out the front page either. Let's see if we can pick another one from the machine. 71. Wow, 465 submissions. Just crazy amount. This one, no, hang on, I've already done that one. Has it just picked the same number here? Let's do that again. There we go. Memes for this one. Lagging Productions. Let's see what we've got here. Another one with a subscribe button. Or subscribe, which isn't working. Stand with Hong Kong. Oh, right. So is this a political channel about what's happening in Hong Kong right now? This is going to be an interesting one to cover. Although it has memes and covers of music. So is that just is the channel banner not associated with the content? That's thrown me a little bit.
A lot of disconnects here.
We are YTP. We are number one, but it's realistic. Okay, so that might be a meme about Hong Kong. There's one that's 3 seconds long here. Most of the videos are a short length. Let's have a look. So Hong Kong themed memes. So okay, I get that. That's targeting a specific audience, which is good, and there's a lot going on in that area of the world right now. So I think that's interesting. And there's one video here that got nearly 2,000 views, which is good. I think this is going to be a little bit scattergun. Some videos are going to really be successful if they really tie into or resonate with what people are wanting to find out about Hong Kong, and then some of us won't be as successful. Having said that, we've I think criticized a lot of channels this week, but then looked at the subscriber count and then looked at the view counts and thought, well, actually, they're doing something right with their content, and I think they're all working well with their audiences, but I think we're falling over on quite a few of the thumbnails on some of these.
I agree.
Yeah, and let's see, they're producing videos on an irregular basis, so with 2 videos in the last 24 hours, then a big break. Why was that? If you've been able to keep up that momentum, you may have been successful a little bit more. So quite a few things to correct here. Channel banner. I mean, if it's Stand with Hong Kong, sell us that it's about memes. Get rid of subscribe. Big banner there, because I don't think that's really working for you. And yeah, I wouldn't know what YTP means in this context, but I just don't.
Seems like those videos seem to do well.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme, doesn't it? Or meme. Interesting. Interesting. All right, I think we got time for a couple more tweety ones. 20 more notifications. Oh, my word. People are just spending all of their time with the memes. All right. Right, well, and we're not looking at that one. What else have we got? Anything? Shall we finally choose this channel who's just... Oh, my...
Oh, The Witcher!
This from The Witcher. Right, I see now. So we get this one immediately.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
You asked for it.
Oh, dear.
Or Rob.
we did choose...
We already
Yeah, we already chose that one.
Yeah, we literally reviewed some of these channels.
It was a dog in there. I think we have to choose the one with a dog in, since Travis and I have staked our pillars into the ground as to
subscribe button.
There's subscribe buttons everywhere, and not a single one of them is working. That's so frustrating. The last walker here, then. You've just cracked 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations on that. It looks as if it's content mostly about Brawl Stars and a bit of World of Tanks.
And some Fortnite?
So my question is here, probably you had one successful video or a successful series of videos about a particular game, and now you don't cover that anymore, and the subscribers aren't interested in what you're doing? No. So then we start to ask the question, how have you got 1,000 subscribers when the videos aren't getting that many views? Have you been engaging in
some streams here?
Metric manipulation, maybe sub for sub, which ultimately isn't going to carry your channel in the long term. So avoid any of that if you are doing it. Yeah, only 2,000 views. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there. Let's go back to the most recent videos and see if we can pick anything out. Dan, you noticed live streams, was it? Is it
yeah, I did notice some live streams because they're all very long, and that's usually the first indication. Yeah. Not all videos, but a good handful. Because I'm seeing a lot of thumbnail wallpaper, and that's the next thing I always look for is the timestamp.
Yeah. So lots of live streaming, and so we're going to be suggesting here maybe try some video on demand stuff, and maybe fix yourself on a particular game, because I can see 10 different games being played here, so there's a lot to be covered. The Brawl Stars stuff, I think in the last week there was doing all right, between 30 and 100 views, and then look, as soon as you go to Minecraft or The Crew, the views just drop. So if it's Brawl Stars, continue doing that, but also have some video on demand stuff to help you out there. So that was the last walker 777, and now let's just do hashtag channel audits. Oh, we had
Oh!
what do you think, guys?
Oh!
Shall we choose that
so
one?
I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, that's
good.
good. That's a good one.
Now, side note, I've actually used that meme for a thumbnail once, and it got like 170,000 views or something like that.
Cool. Insane Suhas, I think the channel is. Games, fun, and more. Go insane. Stay insane.
Huh. I like these thumbnails for the fact that the contrast is so good.
Yeah.
Nice style and a consistent style. Love the the YouTuber reaction in them. So they're looking at random horror games, a granny game, whatever that is, Michael Jackson reactions.
So there's a reason these random horror games aren't really getting a whole lot of traction, and that's because you're putting random horror games in the title, and that's not a search term, in my opinion. I think people are going to be more interested in the actual game itself.
True. Maybe mentioning one of the games in the title to help you.
Because those videos aren't that long, I would almost seize the opportunity. If you were playing multiple games in that video, I would seize that opportunity to make multiple videos, because it does look like you upload frequently. So you're probably looking for things to play anyway. Unless the series is just called Random Horror Games and it's always about one. Make your titles reflect the game you're playing. That's when it comes to growing gaming channels, like rule number 1 in my book.
2 videos down here that did really well. Unfortunately, they were a long time ago. The Granny's House, whatever that is, and I think that it's tried to return to that game here, but the engagement seems a little low for the number of views potentially there. But it feels like a horror gaming reaction play let's play channel predominantly, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. More than this insane proposition that's being put in front of us in the channel banner and the channel name.
Yeah, I think that's always a good niche to dive into as well. I think there's a big market for watching people play horror games and having the face cam, because everyone reacts differently to being scared to death playing a game. So that's pretty cool. That's a niche in and of itself. But you could be doing a whole lot more, and I'd love to see what your views would be like if your titles reflected what you were playing. Because as someone who doesn't watch a lot of horror content, I kind of know the aesthetics of a horror game, but so the thumbnail says, okay, that looks like a horror game, but I can't tell what it is by the thumbnail. So you really need to drive that point home in the title.
Travis, text or no text? What do you reckon?
I think for some of these text is fine. Other times when he's covering his face, it's not fine.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Yeah.
There are ones where it's in the corner where it just doesn't work. And I think the white text is contrasting a bit too much with the dark horror imagery. So I sometimes lose what the creator is reacting to because I'm drawn to this text all of the time. And it's mostly text that's repeated in the titles as well, I would suggest. Although there is, a second language going on here, which throws us off a little bit in terms of the content. Thumbnail-wise, I think that it's pretty strong. Nice theming, great reactions, and there's some real good detail in their faces. And I think other creators who have been creating thumbnails this week and have been audited may want to take a leaf out of this creator's book.
The last thumbnail is probably one of the best examples of, I think, when the text can work because it's not hiding the reaction.
But we don't know what games they are. So
right.
It loses its search intent completely. That's one. I think the only thing that gives away what the game is that. And if it's a random game, which we've never heard of, I think it will be very difficult to associate that with a horror game. And how is that scary? Well, I mean, that I'm completely lost as to what that means. And there's another character there on the left, but again, they're blended in too much of the background to really know what's going on.
Another thing to keep in mind, if these are random games, I wonder if they're indie games. And if they're indie games, you're really missing an opportunity to put a title in there because there's always a point where on Steam or something that game will get driven up and then people start searching for it and then start looking for content around it. And sometimes the developers of these games themselves look for people making content around their games and they push it. So just, I can't stress enough, like the title of your game should be in the title of the video.
And that brings to an end the live stream for Tuesday, the 11th of February. Thank you, everybody who submitted their channels. We do apologize if you didn't get your channel audited this week. That's because we had 491 submissions, and we can only get through so many in the 2 hours that we have available. Thank you to Lil Craft Nook for the super chat for $4.99. That is appreciated. She says, thank you all so much. The sheet load concept is not mine, but call me Crafty AI. I just do the 10-minute challenge on it. Playtime VX with a $2. You said, how about mine? If you watched the video at the beginning of this live stream, we don't audit channels based on super chats because we don't want to create a financial barrier. Travis, let's bring you on screen and you can say goodbye to the following people in the chat.
I saw Tish in there earlier. She's modding for us. Appreciate that. We got Larissa, who we did an audit for, Slavguard. We got Apple O. We did a channel for him last week. Call Me Crazy, Air Fox. Well, let's see, Saving with Sehi. We have Car Crash Dave, which we did a channel audit for. Chile, Ewan Brown, and the Budget Equestrian. I like that.
And Dan, if you can pick out any names.
Yes. Before I do, I just want to point out you can keep the conversation going in our Discord, and I really want to post it, but you guys are typing so fast. vidIQ.com/Discord, or you can check the link down below. I will say goodbye to Gamers Gore. That's a great horror name title. Call Me Crazy, Latency, Air Fox, Latency again, Shadow Ninja Plays, Max of Epic. They slowed down because I posted the link. That's what happened. Acrylic something, Papa Sage.
Acrylic something. What a channel name.
Dark. Dark is a great name, easy to read. Brutes. Dark again. Killer Gaming. Those are the ones I can pick out. My eyes hurt.
Dan, let's put it on our list of training for you this week again. Channel name shout-outs. Goodbye to the following people. That includes Team Yupu Forex. Sorry, that was terrible as well. ASMR, Ali, Al, Super Retro 97, Latency with a 3 in her name, Jane, Dakid, Story Flake, Flip, Book, Boy, Stonix, and Crown Nebula. To every single one of you and those that we didn't do a shout out for, time is the most important currency on YouTube, and you just spent that time with us, and we hope we gave you some value back. And you remember to give your audience value whenever you create new YouTube content. I will leave with the final Samsung Galaxy Roundup from Travis. All right. Thanks, Travis,
I'm
for
giving
that.
peace signs.
All right. Thank you very much. Everybody go buy Samsung phones for some reason, even though hashtag not sponsored. Awkward Waves. Travis and Dan will be back next week, and I will see you, I think, in a couple of weeks. Until then, enjoy the rest of your video making and auditing days. See you then. Bye for now. That's a lot of jazz hands there, Travis. Nicely